How's it going? Welcome back to another video on MTG Ownage. We are playing a mono white deck called Bonus. That is basically a full-on weenie deck. It is full creatures, 32 creatures, 1 instant, 3 planeswalkers. So Johnny is the 3 planeswalkers, and brought back is the 1 instant. So basically we're going to swarm the board with creatures. We can give them flying if needed. With a few certain things, we got a lifesaver there. We're going to try to pump up a big Gideon's Company or a Johnny Pridemate and basically bring it home. So this deck is very simple. It just goes straight for the throat. It doesn't really mess around with worrying about combos and stuff. So let's see how it goes today. Hopefully we don't play against the most annoying decks in the world. And we're up against Magic 99. Okay, this hand's not too bad. At least we got early game plays. Which I would hope would happen in every hand, considering everything, almost everything's 1 and 2 drops. But we got a first turn play of the Healer's Hawk. And we got into Johnny's Pridemate. And he's going to start the buff. Hopefully this guy doesn't have a lava coil or something. Well, no, just a gift of waste a card in the deck of dice. Alrighty, what can we do here? He's got a couple of those. Looks like we're just going to send it. I kind of want to play the Hushbringer. But I also kind of want to play the Charming Prince just to see what we can get on top of our deck. No, let's do the Hushbringer. Stop his coming to play effects. Because I'm a little concerned he has... I don't know, what's the... There's a couple creatures in green that come into play and do stuff, and Hushbringer will shut that down. Yeah, it's definitely Wicked Wolf. There's a couple others too. Yorvo! Yorvo! Alrighty, Yorvo's pretty big. Let's see what we can do here. I'm just going to send it all here and see what he does. Maybe this was a bit of a stupid decision, but at least it kills this creature. And I can just play another one. Oh, I could have played Giant Killer on it. Oh my god. I am the king of mistakes. I'm saving it. That's the right answer. I'm saving it. Oh, he's only got 1 card even left, and it's not very good. So, let's see here. Oh, that stops Charming Prince. Guess who's not very bright today? We'll hang him back. Alright, there we go. Okay, we'll go ahead and end the turn. I don't want to do much. Okay, he's going to play that. And yep, let's go ahead and go to our turn. Another land. We'll send the Giant Killer on an adventure to chop down the Beanstalk Giant. Wow, that's so fitting. And I suppose we will go ahead and attack with these 3. I don't want him to kill my Pridemate. I'm just going to sit on it until it's big enough to definitely win. Very nice. Not too concerned about a board wipe, so I'll drop my Giant Killer, and it's pretty much GG there. Looks like he's drawing nothing but mana, and more mana. So that sucks to be him right now. His creatures are getting a bit large, though. So I think what we're going to do here is just send everything and see what he does. Leyline of Abundance is pretty interesting. Alright, very well. And we'll just do this to get the one creature. Why not? And that's going to do it for us. Next turn we win. I can tap down his creatures if he plays any. So, well played, good game. There's a return of the Wild Speaker for 0. Interesting flex. Alright, well that went pretty well against a Gruul opponent. He notably didn't have the best game, but he did put a few things in our path we had to deal with. So it's not like it was a nothing game. But yeah, I think people are going to need some sort of board wipe to handle us. In general, because if we get a decent draw, our creatures get huge. What is this? This is absolute garbage. I don't know if I... Whatever, I'll keep it. I don't want to mulligan down to 6. It's just the way this deck is, you should pretty much never have to mulligan. Because you really only need like 2 lands and some creatures and you're good. And I've got more than 2 lands, and I've got more than 2 creatures, and I'm good. We're playing up against Ultra Guru. Whether he's an Ultra Guru or not, we'll see. Who do you think this guy is? Is this one of those fake YouTubers that tries to sell you stuff? I think he's one of those guys. Let's go ahead and send the pain. I guess I'm going to go ahead and play Hushbringer. He's probably got an opt or something in his hand. He's got some 1 casting cost thing. The client is telling me. Thanks for helping me out, client, by telling me my opponent has an instant that cost 1 blue in his hand. So yeah, in case you didn't know, this client basically tells you what your opponent has in their hand by pausing for every little tiny thing. And if there's nothing in the board that is pausing them to do with something in their hand, there it is, there's the opt. Now you can hold, I think, shift, yeah, for full control, which stops all the time no matter what, so they could bluff by holding control. What? This guy just quit? Oh, my Hushbringer is shutting him down so hard he's just done. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I think it's the Hushbringer that made him quit. Alright. Well, things are going well. We're having some fun with mono white. Did you ever think mono white in standard right now could climb the ranks? It can. It's happening. It's happening right here, right now. Alright, this hand is not too bad. I mean, we've got a lot of things to have a pretty quick start. Gotta love the first turn here, Healer's Hawk. Healer's Hawk is really strong. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. Oh, please no, not the Witch's Oven. Look like we got a Blast Zone, so we don't necessarily have to deal with that for too long. Let's just go ahead and get our large and in charge Pridemate going. Hopefully he doesn't have a cat. He has a cat. Oh god. Go ahead and add 10 minutes to this video. Cat and oven in play. So we'll do this. Angel of the Vitality. We'll try to take advantage of this life gain. There's only one of her in the deck. I think she's got some interesting potential with how this deck works. There's a lot of little 1-ping life gains, and if those all turn into 2s, I could get to a really high life total really quick. And what's great about that is if I draw on a Johnny, I can activate her ult right away and just wipe my opponent's board. So there's a pretty devastating combo in here with all the life gain. It does require that we have an opponent that reacts and doesn't take forever to press a button. I swear, every one of these videos turns into me making fun of how slow my opponents play. You guys notice that? And then by about 25-30 minutes in, I'm raging at how annoying this client is and how bad RNG sucks. It's just every game. I don't know how I still do this. It's driving me crazy. It's such a frustrating game to play. And it's not because of the cards usually, other than the RNG. It's usually just slow opponents. For once, I'd like to be the guy taking a turn that takes forever. Although I physically can't. Look, this guy has one option. He's got like... I can probably play his hand for him without even seeing his hand faster than he can do it, and he can see his hand. It's a lot of words, but he's got a Murderous Rider. He's trying to decide what to cast Murderous Rider on. Or a Swift End, yes. I could have done that for him like 20 seconds earlier without even seeing his hand. Alright, well, let's see here. I think we just go ahead and play another one. Oh no, what are you doing? You're tapping the wrong mana. Oh, just tap the black stone for colorless. You stupid game. Please, start firing some programmers. Please. I am so tired of this absolute crap. Look, ain't nobody gonna pump up a blast zone for 0. You don't need to save my blast zone. Oh my god. Can you work that into your program, into your game logic, to not save your blast zone if there's nothing to do with it anyway? Just tap it for colorless. People raving about how beautiful this client is. It still sucks. They've got a lot of little annoying glitches. I know what you're gonna say. Just tap it manually. Why should I have to? It works fine. There's nothing wrong with it, other than some programmer's got his head so far up his ass that he doesn't know how the game works. Or some director's got his head so up his ass he doesn't know how the game works, and he's like, look, I know that you can't do anything with Blast Zone if you don't have any other mana, but just leave it untapped anyway. We're here to troll people. There's the cat. There's the food. There's the cat again. Now, as much as I'd love to save my Healer's Hawk, I don't have enough mana to both save the Healer's Hawk and set off the Blast Zone. So let's go ahead and go to damage. And let's go ahead and do this. This would have been an entirely different game if my mana tapped better last turn, but it didn't. Because I would have this already used, another Johnny's Pride Mate in my hand, and yeah, okay, I just gotta remember to tap manually. Done with this ball sack crap. Well, luckily this one of Johnny's Pride Mate is just giving him a lot of trouble. But, you know, this may have cost us the game. It is very possible. What do we got? We got this. We'll go ahead and attack the Pride Mate. He does still have infinite cat and infinite draw now. So that's a bit frustrating, but what are you going to do? I'm going to title this video, Ain't Nobody Saving Their Blast Zone with 0 other mana available. Stop sucking, Wizards of the Coast. Stop. but we want to give you the option to make the worst plays possible. And we nearly want to force your hand by removing all the good options and leaving you with the one that makes no sense. Hashtag programmers at Wizards of the Coast. Funny story, I had a interview for Wizards of the Coast to work on this Magic client because I'm a programmer in real life. And I thought the interview went okay, but there were some red flags. There were definitely some red flags near the end of it where I was like, I don't know if I actually want this job. This doesn't seem so good after all. And it was basically little stupid stuff like this. Like, I could kind of tell that they... it's hard to explain, but basically they gave me this long coding test. And I guess I'll talk about it since I'm going to lose this game and stand no chance. He's going to draw 2 cards every turn, and I'm going to just like swing this Pride Mate into a Cauldron Familiar and never do anything really. So I'll tell you a story while I click buttons. Okay, so I talked to I go through a couple rounds of phone interviews. It's going pretty good. Everyone seems really cool. You know, I played Magic since I was a kid, and Dungeons and Dragons, and a lot of games like that. So I feel pretty strongly that I'm a good fit for this position. And then something happens. They say, okay, everything's looking great. I talked to one of their engineers, and I guess he worked on the old client of Magic. It sounded like not this one, but the other one. The real janky one that looks like it's from the 70s. It's probably better than this one, though, because this one has all its little auto suck balls features. But, okay. So everything went pretty good there. He was asking about like old C code, if I knew how to use old C, and I, yep, sure do, yeah, which I do. I feel pretty proficient with it. And then after all this interview and after all this talking about C code, they hand me like a 6-page test on C#. Now I know C# is big right now, and a lot of people use it for game development, but I don't. Only for the reason that I just like that you can have a little bit more control with C++. And I like to do stuff with... Well, the point is, he gave me a test in a language that I said I don't really use too often. I have before a few times, but it's not my go-to. So they hand me a big test on it and asked me and want me to do a bunch of stuff, which is basically adding... I don't know, there was really no description with it. They're just like, here's a bunch of code, make it as efficient as possible. And I had so many questions. Like, they handed me this wall of code and I was like, alright, what's even your intention with the code? What are you doing? You gave me no info other than make it efficient. What do you mean by that? So I look it over, and it's basically, it looks like buffs on Magic cards. It's like apply counters, apply first strike, double strike, stuff like that, except it's not explicit. It's kind of just... It's very subtle. It's like, I'm guessing that's what you're doing, but nothing really here confirms it other than I played Magic and kind of know how it works. So it was... it might have been the worst test ever that made no sense. So I was like, wait a minute, are you trying to hire me for C# as like a C# expert when I said I'm not? Why? What are you doing? So I study C# for like pretty much the whole day. I'm like, alright, I guess I gotta learn C#. I'm gonna do this. And obviously you're not gonna learn an entire language in one day. But I was like, well, I have enough of a grasp on it to make this a little better, I think. I don't know, I'm just really guessing here. And so I do the whole thing. It was a lot of work. It took me hours and hours, and lots of thinking about better ways to do it, and researching C# and seeing if there's a better way, because really I had no idea. As I'm just not a C# programmer. But one of the things I do know about C# is it's like Java, sort of. It uses a just-in-time compiler, or a JIT compiler. And I know this doesn't mean anything to anyone, really, but the point is, a just-in-time compiler basically sucks. It's not something you want to use for gaming or efficiency. It's kind of slow. It'll get the job done, but compared to C or C++, it's very, very slow. And it requires more dependencies, whereas with C++, you just compile and you're done. With C#, it compiles when you press run on the program. So it like has to recompile all the time, basically. It's sort of like that. So basically it sucks. People would only use it if they don't know any better or don't want to learn C++. So I'm kind of annoyed by the whole situation. I do the whole thing, I turn it in, and I'm like, alright, there you go. And I just assume I'm not getting the job because there is no way that I did better than a real C# programmer. Just, there wasn't enough time. There flat out wasn't enough time for me to learn C# and do that exam while I was also working a full-time job at the time too. So I turn it in, assume I'm not getting the job, send them some nice emails, like thank you for your time, all that. Eventually I get an email back that said we picked someone else. I'm like, okay, yeah, totally figured at this point everything was going fine until you gave me a test that has nothing to do with my skills. Like, what am I supposed to do about that? Other than, so my whole experience was basically they don't really make any sense. It's like, we're looking for, they literally said they were looking for someone that knew old C and could help them update old code. And then they gave me a big C# test. And I was like, what? That's a big inconsistency. Those are completely different things.
There is no greater treasure. Our true strength lies in our friendship.
We won't send that guy. Maybe I shouldn't have buffed up the blast zone. Oh well, it's fine. So that's basically the story. My interview at Wizards of the Coast. I was actually wanting to work on something for Dungeons and Dragons. I wasn't really interested in Magic at the time, or working on one of these Magic clients, but that's the opening they had. So I wasn't all after having that interview and having kind of such a bad experience with it. I wasn't mad at all. I was kind of happy. I was like, whew, dodged that bullet. That's what it felt like. It really felt like that. Let's see, what can I play here that's good? I guess. Let's see if I kill. I don't want to kill 2-drops. That's terrible. I guess we just send our little flying guys. I kind of want to save this apostle. Yeah, we'll save him. Yeah, we'll keep building up the blast zone. I'll get it to a level where it can kill Planeswalker. 5 or 6. Or a Beanstalk Giant. So the whole point of that little story about my Wizards of the Coast interview experience, actually it was Hasbro technically, but it was like the Wizards of the Coast department. The whole point of that is, well, I'm seeing the same inconsistencies with this game. Like, they care so much about Blast Zone and other little things that don't do anything if you don't have mana anyway, that they leave them untapped and they hose you. It's just, I don't understand what they're going for. Does anybody? So, what it leads me to believe is that whoever is in charge of a lot of this stuff, and everyone around that person, and this is kind of rude, but they're dumb. They're dumb. Because, like, why would you not fix this? You know? Why would you not? Just one reason. Give me one reason. There is none. There is no reason. You should fix it, obviously. And it's all over the game. There's this little problem represents it's like if I play something that costs 4 mana, it will leave my Blast Zone untapped. Why? Why are you leaving my Blast Zone untapped? So, yeah, that problem is all over this game. It just sucks at doing stuff for you, but it tries to do it for you. I guess we just swing here. I kind of want to play the Orator. It doesn't matter. He doesn't do anything when he comes to play anyway. So let's just send it all, except these. We'll unsubmit this guy. We'll do that. Yeah, that's fine. This guy's got Beanstalk Giants out the left cheek. Okay, now his obvious play is to play a Beanstalk Giant. Let's see how long it takes him. Let's do a count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, not too bad. Not too bad. I've seen slower opponents. I've seen much slower opponents. It's rare, but I've seen them. Alright, let's do it. Guess we'll go ahead and wipe the stock off of that. Alrighty. And now we can continue our buff train. We'll hang back with that guy. I am not going to put more counters on this. I'm thinking maybe I should. Yeah, we'll do it. Whatever. Buff it up to 4. I want to play my Giant Killer. And we're done here. I'm going to save mana for the Blast Zone. See, now I could get it up to 6, so if he plays something like Liliana, which I'm a little concerned about, I really wish I had an easy way to kill that Edgewall Innkeeper. There's a Rankle. Master of the Prankle. That's pretty good right now. What is even happening? Did he cast Murderous Rider? Where's this Murderous Rider trigger coming from? Help. I'm guessing you cast it? I didn't see that. Okay, you must have cast it. Alright, and he's going to want to send the pain. I could just blow up the Blast Zone now and get rid of the Rankle. We'll see. If he attacks, I guess I'll go ahead and blow it. Yeah, we'll do it. Kaboom. Sorry, no Rankle for you, sir. No Rankle. He's got some decent cards in the yard, and it looks like he is hovering over them. Oh, the Order of the Midnight. So I didn't have enough Apostle Power to do anything about that just yet. We'll go ahead and do a full-on attack. Not this, though. He's fine. He's got protection from black. Yeah, here we go. This will do. Oh wow, the dying trigger doesn't work. Okay, I think we are done here. If he tries to target anything else in his yard, we're going to Apostle it. Or Purifying Light it. Rankle's fine. We can tap him down, not a big deal. I think we should be able to hang around for another turn. Destroy something. Oh no. It could be rather dangerous.
I leave dead bodies wherever I go.
He's got plenty of permanents to sack if he wants to draw cards and gain life. Destroy. Oh, he is tired of this Grateful Apparition. Okay, well that's fine. It's done its job at this point. So we are going to tap down Rankle, of course. Just makes sense. And yeah, swing with the Order of Midnight. That is fine. Pass to damage. And end a turn, we're going to go ahead and start removing stuff, starting with this Murderous Rider. And what else do we remove? I guess we remove the Beanstalk. Might as well. Okay, so can we end it? He's got 5 life. He's got 1 blocker. So what we can do is we can tap his last blocker. And we can send the pain. Alright, good game. That was a good one. Alright, well, I hope you all enjoyed this episode. It's been a lot of fun playing this deck and chatting with you guys. Let me know what you think below. In the comments, give this a like if you enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing if you want to see more videos like this. This has been my mono white deck called Bonus, which is doing decently. It could probably use a few tweaks. I sort of like it though. It's just this Hushbringer. Hushbringer is such an interesting card. It brings such an interesting dynamic to the deck, and Apostle of Purifying Light. I had some weird creatures doing some helpful things. Grateful Apparition. I think this card is pretty good. It really helped a lot there with the Blast Zone and stuff. I think I only have one of them. It's uncommon. I didn't open much War of the Spark. Alright, well, catch you guys on the next episode. I hope you have a happy everything. I don't know what time people will be viewing this video, so I will just say, hope everything in your life is going swell. If you're having problems, do what you can to handle them. Reach out to good friends. Peace, love, and happiness. Man, I sound like a hippie. Alright. Peace.